Well, this is an incomplete file. It does not reflect the FBI's thinking, just what was reported to federal agents. I've been seeking these FBI files since October 2023, and the FBI just released the first two part of them. We now have a little more insight into how agents investigated the death of Shanquella Robinson.
The FBI just dropped a bombshell on the Shanquella Robinson case. The FBI has just released new findings on the tragic and highly controversial case of Shanquella Robinson, who died while on a trip to Mexico in 2022. And let me tell you, this case just keeps getting more shocking by the day. At first, her so-called friends claimed that Shanquella was drinking and accidentally hit her head on a toilet. But now, new FBI documents reveal something far more sinister. Reports suggest that she was actually stomped on, a horrifying and brutal revelation. According to these newly released documents, the FBI interviewed an unnamed source who referenced a fight involving Shanquella. This person claimed that her friends said she was drinking and hit her head, but they also admitted to seeing pictures of her body that suggested she had been severely beaten. And it gets even worse. There are suspicions that hidden cameras were inside the Airbnb where the group was staying. If true, there could be undiscovered footage showing exactly what happened in the moments leading up to her tragic death. And now, in a shocking twist, Shanquella's so-called friends are pushing for the case to be tried in Mexico, which, let's be honest, seems like an attempt to escape justice. They probably know that if the case stays in Mexico, it will be swept under the rug. A lawsuit and a mother's fight for justice. A few weeks ago, Shanquella's family officially filed a lawsuit against the Cabo Six, the group of people who were with her in Mexico. They're demanding answers, accountability, and most importantly, justice. But they're not just going after her so-called friends. Her mother, Shanquella Robinson, has also named the FBI in the lawsuit, accusing them of covering up evidence and manipulating the autopsy results. In a heartbreaking statement, Shanquella said, "It won't bring my daughter back, but I know the FBI should have done something." They had a video show.
It's not going to bring back Shanquella Robinson, but it's that I know that the FBI should have been done something at this time, after 2 years ago. I know a lot of stuff that was in the phones of Shanquella Robinson that I gave to the FBI, and the FBI looked over it like it was nothing. And you know, and just like you just pushed my daughter up under the rug when you should have been arrested these people. You had a video where she was being, but you want to mess with the autopsy and say that she did not have a broken back or spine when the FBI are deliberately lying, because someone had, attorney had already, not my attorney, but attorney had already told me don't let the FBI mess with that autopsy, that they were going to switch it around. And that's exactly what they did. And I'm fed up with this stuff. I need justice for my child.
What happened, yet they chose to ignore the truth. She also revealed that an attorney had previously warned her not to let the FBI handle the autopsy, as they might alter the findings. And according to her, that's exactly what happened. The lawsuit isn't just about seeking justice for Shanquella. It's also about exposing the failures of the federal authorities who were supposed to investigate and protect U.S. citizens abroad. The family is demanding full transparency and accountability, especially since the FBI and State Department initially refused to press charges, claiming there was a lack of evidence. But how can they say that when a viral video clearly shows Shanquella being attacked in a hotel room? In the footage, she's seen naked while another woman, later identified as one of the Cabo Six, violently beats her while others watch and record. Another video from Shanquella's own Instagram stories shows her walking around the hotel looking for her friends, only to find them in a room acting suspicious. Conflicting stories and shocking new details from the very beginning, nothing about. This case has added up. Her so-called friends couldn't even get their stories straight. Some claimed they found her unconscious on the floor. Others said she was in bed, and another said she was in a chair. Then, in a bizarre sequence of events, they changed their version of what happened multiple times within minutes while calling her mother. At first, they told her that Shanquella had alcohol poisoning. But the Mexican authorities' autopsy report stated her cause of death was severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which means her neck was literally broken. Another shocking detail? The doctor at the scene recommended taking her to the hospital, but her friends insisted she be treated on site. Not long after she suffered a seizure, her condition worsened, and by the time paramedics arrived, it was too late. And here's where things get even more suspicious. The autopsy report says Shanquella died within 15 minutes of her injury. Yet, the police report claims she was with a doctor for nearly 3 hours before she passed. The time of death doesn't match either. The autopsy states 3:00 p.m., but the police report says 5:57 p.m. And let's not forget the disturbing fact that when the viral video surfaced, Shanquella wasn't wearing any clothes. But when her body was found, she was in pink biker shorts and a t-shirt, placed near a bathroom. Almost as if someone tried to stage the scene to fit their fake story. Why are they so desperate for a Mexican trial?
In our lawsuit, we allege we have presented the FBI with a public records request in order to be able to assess what was done on the case. And their response was, we can get back to you in 5 years, which obviously would be an even more significant delay, even more significant erosion of evidence in the case, memories of witnesses, etc. So it's an unacceptable response.
Now here's the big question. Why are Shanquella's friends so desperate to have this case handled in Mexico? Her mother is fighting for the case to be tried in the US, arguing that the defendants are American citizens, and many of them fled back to North Carolina after the incident. But her so-called friends are pushing for the trial to happen in Mexico, possibly because they know they'll get away with it there. Why? Well, for starters, Mexican police are accused of taking a bribe